Hello. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Build Show. We don't have a super hyper pumpity pump happy day today, but we have some discussions about real stuff, incorporating developers and with the FinTech, as I said, as another war breaks out. So, welcome back to the Build Show, where we're a show that talks about FinTech, some of the plays that I'm in, but more importantly, it's just important to remember this is not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I don't think that anybody's given good financial advice lately, considering what's going on in the world. But, I always talk about my background a little bit. So I was a dev for a living. Then I went to QA. Then I went to cybersecurity. I made it in cybersecurity as an international cybersecurity consultant. Traveled to all kinds of places, the lovely first class seats, club accommodations, upgrades to the hotel rooms. But it was kind of, weird because after, 2020 happened, it just all changed. It wasn't the same. I could go somewhere and I could come back, have a disease or ailment that could prevent me from seeing my loved ones because I did some crazy traveling across the globe. Now, you can see people everywhere who are traveling and not getting sick, but that was just one thing. The other thing is when you are a dev, you realize how smart you are. You realize what you can, give to any organization. So you're more like a musician, and I graduated with a Bachelor of Music degree. So you're kind of more like a musician. You can't really be tamed. You can't be told what to do. So as a consultant, I used to just look at what great consultants did, kind of try to impersonate them. Other than my drive to always be the best I could, that you can't teach. But, it's come with some, I don't know, good times, bad times. But ultimately, when I left in January of 2022, it was because I saw the future in crypto. Now, I had passive income coming in, and the Fed wasn't attacking us in the crypto market or in the banking market. So it was a different outlook then. But what I realized is that the longer I wasn't, working for someone and doing stuff that I wanted to do, that I still couldn't stop working. I used to have so many crypto plays that are now not even around anymore. But I would do that. I would study history. I would get better at blockchain programming. Then I moved on to large language models, picked up Python, learned React. I just started developing like I wanted to. Sold my first app. So I was doing a lot of stuff that was pretty cool. And I realized that I'm a worker, right? I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. So then I got hit by a shit ton of grief year after year. And so that kind of threw me off kilter, because when you lose people who you can use as your confidant, and help you out of tough situations, and those voices aren't there anymore, it's a little different. But one thing I did still do is I kind of came to a realization in this month, and I put there October 23rd because I might change my mind. But I can't see myself going back, to corporate. I just can't see it. And that's because I believe in the innovation of DeFi, FinTech, blockchain, and how it's going to set up AI, how it's going to set up the next generation. And a lot of us, probably if you're watching the show, you're just hella early. And so if that wasn't crazy enough, then we have another war. We've had two wars. We've had the Ukraine, and now we've got the Middle East. And that can focus a little bit more on what are you doing on this planet if you're not doing what you want to do. So I even applied for a gig at DoorDash, got it, and I'm going to do that. I talked to somebody today. They were like, somebody of your stature? I don't have a stature. I'm just me. And I just need to pay the bills, right? One of the things about stepping out of corporate is you realize how much stuff you spend on cool stuff you want, but you don't need. So when you get rid of that stuff, you just need to keep the lights on and pay your rent. And I think with a side gig, like doing DoorDash, but I still have clients, I still have even Patreons, to try to make up for that deficit of not returning to the workplace or corporate America, because that's where I would go. I just think it's the right thing. The war kind of made it a little bit, for me, more specific to wanting to, was this a therapy session? Wanting to make sure that in this life I did the things that I wanted to do versus the things that I thought I should do when I felt like my past has been a predictor of what's going to happen in the future. And I've talked about this on other shows, but it was computers. Nobody saw that coming. Then I got into programming then I got into, the internet. Nobody thought that was going to happen. Cybersecurity, nobody thought that was going to happen. And blockchain. And so blockchain it's going to happen. AI is helping to bring that on. But ultimately, it's the smart thing to do. Like, for example, in this digital world, you have more people who own virtual real estate than real estate, because at this time, virtual real estate doesn't have a bank that's stopping it or financing it. So raising rates doesn't impact it. But what I talked about last week was DeFi is more of a commonwealth. I think one of the things that the war is helping to highlight is how individual we are. And even if you're not involved in any kind of conflict, people who have ideas about the way they think they should run the world will come in and wreck you. And one of the reasons that we as the 8 billion can't do anything about it is because we don't have any type of commonwealth. So what helps me, focus on what industries will probably be using the blockchain first? You can take a look at used car sales, right? But when you take a look at used car sales, let me show you this. This is kind of like, oh man, I just had this. You see this news, right? And then right next to that, where are we? Here? Yeah. No, that's used car. And then you get this kind of news right next to it, right? And so we can see in the crypto space, that's what's going on. Like, you've got one group of people saying, this crypto buy is going to be great. It's got longevity. And then the next thing you know, you've got somebody saying, no, it's all collapsing. And you have this conflation of information. New jobs report, a big plus. Real estate doom. You have another guy talking about used cars. And one of the reasons that you can look at used cars is because they say that, I don't know about it, they say that it helps predict, or it kind of shows where the little people's money is. And so if you're in crypto right now, you're probably one of the little guys, because the bigger guys, they're starting to accept it, but they're doing it on a much grander scale. The housing bubble, go to home, like I was showing you that. Some people say it's good, and then some people say it's bad. Let's go to, even the clergy is getting burned out. It's hard to figure out what is right and what is wrong. But when your eyes see something that is open and transparent, like crypto, you can see where it's going. You know what it's doing. There are people who are like us, trying to just get together and build communities. You have the drip community, you have the herd community, people that are all trying to promote something better, to get away from the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or FUD, to try to build something greater. So I'm going to keep that up. This is, you know, they always say it's darker before dawn, and I believe that is happening now. I believe that we are going through a real dark place. One of the things that I know people came in here to see was about elephant. And this is the way I keep myself grounded about elephant. It is trending. Oh, this doesn't show it. Hold on one sec, guys. It's trending right with Ethereum, right? If that looked like a different kind of pattern, maybe I would be a little bit hyped, but the one on top is the one that you see. Let me unclick it to make sure. Yeah. So that's it. You know, she's dipping at the same time, and you see these communities that are saying, we're not giving up. You know, you don't see that in the world as much. And that's why I think that DeFi is different, even with drip. I'll talk about that tomorrow, but the communities are there, and they're united in a goal to make sure that there's something there for, some people are greedy, but generally people are there for building something greater, a common good, a greater good. And I just kind of see that as being more infectious than the doom and gloom that's out there. If I go back into corporate, I'm going to become numb again, right? Because when you're flying first class, when you're in, you know, when you go in the club, you don't even sit in the airport with everybody. You go in the club and watch TVs and have hors d'oeuvres, you know, free drinks. When you're going to different continents, when you're in boardrooms, you don't experience what everybody else experiences. The news that you have time for, it's just not there. I'll become numb. I'll ignore it because it won't be in my purview, because I'll be so busy working. If I want to be busy working, I want to be busy working at crypto. I've put my name out there for a couple of blockchain, even projects. Even for a period of time, I was even considering working for Forex, but there's no bites there. So what's happening is there's no blockchain gigs out there unless you want to create it for your own. And I've seen what happens to people who create those. It's just not my gig. I want to maintain and work on them. But you have to keep pounding the rock. You can't ever give up. And so you have communities that are unique, like the herd, where you see a group of people who are plowing towards a common good. You have to think, I'm going to stick with that. Now, I have the ability to peel off and go back corporate, you know, eat more. You know, it was nice to eat whatever you wanted to, but I would rather live through this experience of trying hard to make something happen out of something that I see, like the other things I just named, are the future of this world. I want to keep, pounding that rock, because every time that I have pounded that rock, I've got water. So let me see here. So, West Side, what's up, my guy? Thanks for stopping by. So, guys, as you know, I'm a pretty small channel. Let me see this. I'm going to talk about more crypto stuff, but I want to talk about this. Let me change the music. I'm a pretty small channel. Don't ask for likes, subscribers or followers, because if you've known my life since I was in high school, I think it would be interesting to even find out what I'm going to do. So I do want to talk about crypto, but I think for coming up on 2 years here, I've been just myself with you guys, and I want to continue that. But I feel that if I always have to talk about elephant or drip or crypto, that's not who I am. And so you'll see a lot of these influencers who want to change channels, and they will make another channel because they want the algorithm to work. Well, I haven't ever gone into an algorithm. That's why I don't want you guys to follow. I could be canceled at any second, and then all my content is gone. So I want this to just be a show where I can come and talk to you about the things that I've learned this week. And so I only have 200 and something. So if you want to unsubscribe, thank you for subscribing for as long as you did. I'm still going to talk about crypto, but I want to be able to talk about what I think is important for me to say, and hopefully that you want to listen to. Kind of entertaining, a little weird. So I hope you guys are okay with that. And if you're not, thank you for subscribing as long as you did. It's not like I'm going to lose, well, I lost 10,000 subscribers. I lost 10. Oh no. Let's get back to crypto, shall we? The last thing I want to close on is this: why Bitcoin beats all crypto. Bitcoin is establishing itself as a floor or a bottom to crypto. So I think that dApps that are tied to Bitcoin, as opposed to a CDBC, which we found out was rejected by the government here. I think any platform that has crypto tied to it will be better off in the long run in the blockchain space. And I mean that in an income way. I just think that there's a bottom to it. It, like we just made drip deflationary, by the way, and I'll talk about this on tomorrow's show. You can go back to one of my shows when I was so sad that DDD wasn't working the way it was supposed to, or the way we thought it would work because of the sentiment. But, oh God, I forgot. DDD. Why? I believe that if you could pair your token with Bitcoin, I just think that you got a better bottom for your client, as opposed to pairing it with a blockchain pair, because you can always get your Bitcoin back. Let's say your token crashes on that network, you can still take your Bitcoin and pair it on another network. I just see so many good things about Bitcoin, but I want to see them integrated. Oh, I knew what I was going to say. At the end of my one of the streams, when I was sad about DDD, I said, hey, you have to turn off the faucet. As sad as that makes me, you're going to have to turn off the faucet. I said it at the end of the show, and the faucet's off. And I'll talk about tomorrow what I don't like about the way it was implemented. Because the people who did the bad stuff and have millions and millions of drip are rewarded, right? So that's why you want to have, a DApp where there's some kind of vote, where you can approve or disapprove of things, as opposed to, I just got it done. Blockchain is supposed to be a commonwealth. It's supposed to be a collective of people who agree on changes to a platform. And that wasn't happening with Drip. But I'll talk about that tomorrow. So I really think that, Bitcoin is the premier crypto asset. It is deflationary. It is proven. It's a buzzword. People know it. And so when we're in elephant money or other protocols, we kind of have to, eat one, teach one. Okay, each one, teach one. And so that's a longer road. But I never got into elephant because I thought it was going to be like Drip was 2 years ago. I got into elephant money because it's a business. It's the first financial system on a blockchain that's a business. It has fees. You can make passive income, but it's also a place, if you're saying, I don't trust banks, that you can put it in a crypto bank and have it appreciate greater than you would, allegedly, in a bank. And so that's why I still think that there's more people in crypto, have more in crypto than they have in their savings account. And, let's go after, the hero of, where are you, Mama? Oh, there she is. Now, you and I, if you're watching this show, you know enough of this world to know that Snag Crypto tax sheets. What are you talking about? Like, I know she's probably got some level of intel. What are you talking about? You're only hurting poor people. I don't get it, guys. But I do get this, and I do tell you that if I can develop an app that does work with blockchain, it has to be with Elephant. And I'm going into this tomorrow about why Drip in its current new state obliterates development as far as I go for Drip. Now it has become a truly hard asset. It is trying to become Bitcoin now. There's only 35 million. That's not enough. Like, if you turned off the faucet later, I can understand it. There's a quadrillion elephant. Now there's no real economy, except for the bot traders who are going to make a lot of money off the volatility of that. They're very happy people. So I took you through a lot, again, for those who did stay. And, I have some people who, my popular 12, who've been here all the time. So I know I'm going to only at least have 12 viewers. But I hope to have more. I hope you stay here. I think that we're going to do great stuff with the show. It's still going to be tech-based, but I want that freedom to be able to talk to you guys independently of being tied to crypto specifically. Got a comment? What's up, Lavelle? No worries. Thank you for all of your info. One of the things I want to say is, like, last week I changed the title of the show from the Drip community to the EM community, or EM herd. I didn't like that. And I was going to switch it back to Drip, but then they cut off the faucet. So I'm kind of stuck. Still, I bleed Drip, and despite Forex, and I don't know if I want to change the name of the Friday show. We Drippers, we've been through a lot together. And Elephant Herd people have been through a healthier existence in crypto than we have, but there's just something about, the degen of Drip that I don't know if I want to lose that. And I did love that crazy community, that we're all scattered now. Some people have gotten out. Some people are, come on, we can do it. But I don't want to abandon her yet. So, let's see. just be you and talk about crypto, API, and dev stuff. Copy that. Yeah. I can. It's just that sometimes when you get into APIs, like people go, so I'll talk about it sometimes, but I just want to have the freedom, to be able to talk about whatever I want to talk about. But Lavelle, Crypto Neptune, congratulations on the success of your show. You've gotten into some really good plays. Still, it sucks that Telcoin didn't go anywhere, but Telcoin was Bitcoin, right? Anyway, I'm having a conversation with somebody. Other people are listening in. All right, guys. I hope that you have a great day. Good luck out there, and I'll see you tomorrow when we talk some crypto stuff. Game on.